Hello, I'm Dan Moyane. Welcome to this episode of Hashtag Connect Africa Moyane. Thank you very much for joining us. My guest today is a lady by the name of Taz Singh. Many of you would know her as a medium, but she's also a businesswoman, an entrepreneur, always busy. For as long as I've known Taz, she's always busy. She's joining us here on Hashtag Connect Africa Moyane to share a little bit about her business. What is she up to nowadays? I understand she's got a new project on the go, but also I like to delve into what is the life like of a medium. Tez, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. It's good to have you on Hashtag Connect Africa Moyane.
Hi, and thank you for having me. So I'm on the other end of the seat today.
Yeah, and what many people don't know, and I want to put it out there right away as we start our conversation, is that you and I had a private conversation in 2020 about creating this channel, Hashtag Connect Africa Moyane, and we named it together.
We did. You know, I'm so glad that you were open to the spiritual aspect of your life. You allowed me to delve in, to do the crossing over. And even though we co-created the name, I think the credit goes to your ancestors because they gave us the name.
Okay, we're going to talk about you, not about my ancestors in this episode. So, medium, and people say, okay, how do you become a medium? I mean, do you have to go to study for a medium? It's a spiritual thing. Is it a gift? When did you first know that you're a medium?
Okay, so in my case, it's different. I can't speak for other mediums. It is something I was born with. I actually believe that everybody could do this. So at the age of 5, 6, I realized, okay, I'm now seeing dead people. I am now connecting with things that doesn't make sense. And it was not normal. So I shied away from it. I tried to block it out. And it was in my later years, more as a teenager, that I started to finally accept.
Were you ever scared before accepting this little girl, 6, 7, 8, you seeing these dead people, you think everybody can see them? And then as you grow older, you realize not everybody can see them. Were you ever scared?
I was never scared. I don't think I was ever scared of it. But it was in the later years that I realized, okay, this is a gift that I should not be blocking. I was more, I think, afraid of how other people would react or accept it.
You know, some people could think you're crazy, you've lost the plot.
Exactly.
What's wrong with this child?
Exactly. So I was more worried about what other people would think, and I would shy away from speaking openly about it. And then I found that the more people I was helping and people were benefiting from it, I realized that I was doing more disservice to people. I should stop worrying about myself and my thoughts of what people think, and I should actually be doing this as a service.
You were a teenager at the time when you began to accept it.
I was a teenager, and around the age of around 22, I decided, okay, this is me.
When was the first time when you realized you were helping somebody that young, that, okay, this is meaning something, I need to accept it, and actually I've just helped somebody?
Okay. The very first time that I realized that this is serious. It's no longer just, I pick up these little things and it's going to help someone. When I realized it was serious was when I was talking to a young lady who was actually suicidal. She was contemplating suicide. When she reached out to me, it was her last hope. And we communicated, and I gave her so much to look forward to. And we became friends. We, stayed in contact, and I saw how she changed her life. So in a matter of just over a year, she went from feeling suicidal to taking control of her life. And I realized, but this is important. If you can save one person's life, it means you're doing something good.
It's responsibility, though.
It is.
You must have felt sometimes that, should I be doing this?
Often, even up till now. I have clients that are going through so much, and I then get emotionally involved because I want to follow through. I want to make sure that they are okay. And there are some instances where it becomes too much. It becomes too much for me, and I've got to then be realistic and detach. I've got to also ground myself.
So how do you pull away from being too much involved?
I have a very supportive husband and I have beautiful kids. I often take time out, whether it's a weekend or just a day away. It allows me to ground myself just by being surrounded with them. They do not, the nice thing about my husband and my kids is they support my work, but they don't feed an ego. They tell me when enough is enough. So they are really my supporters, but also my grounding.
I'm just smiling. We've got a supportive husband. He has no choice because you can talk to his ancestors, can't you? I mean,
Yes,
he has
yes.
to support you.
The funny thing, Mr. Moyane, is when he wants to speak to his ancestors, he also has to make an appointment with me.
Oh yeah, and you're so busy.
There's no time.
He has to wait for such a long time. Okay, now on a serious note, you said, yeah, people have this notion about mediums, and I would like to address some of the questions there. The first one that popped when you were saying that to me is, I mean, is a medium like a sangoma or not? Are there possibilities of, that is, similarities or not?
Yes. So there's a lot of mediums out there that are fake, that would use different tools to try and work with the client. And I don't believe in that. I believe in the natural process. So if you ask me, Taz, how do you work? I work with energy. You've experienced a reading with me. There was nothing. It was just you and I talking, and I work with your energy. I believe that my work, again, I can't speak for other mediums, but my work is very similar to a sangoma, because a sangoma would tap into your ancestors. They would tap into your history, your lineage, to understand you, to understand your future. And that's what I look at. I also look at your ancestors. I look at the history, and I work with your energy to see where you're at and where you're going.
So the similarities on the energy side of things. I mean, my experience.
What I'm saying similarity is the sangomas believe a lot in the ancestral.
Yes. That's where the communication is.
The ancestral, the lineage. Yes. And I believe in that. Okay. So even if a client says to me, I don't want a crossing, that's okay. I will still connect.
Are you able to shut off a crossing if it appeared?
No, I cannot.
Because if a client said to you, I don't want a crossing, but then it's happening, what do?
I don't tell them. So I don't have to tell you who's next to you or who's giving me information, but I'm channeling.
If they don't want you to.
Because some people are scared. If you don't know, you are scared.
Some people just don't want to know.
People will come to me because they want help, and to a degree they want to know, but they just probably don't want to know where it's coming from. That information is coming from somebody that's passed on. I have maybe 1% of my clients that are not comfortable with the crossing.
The reason I'm asking that particular one, that can you choose and can you just walk away? Because there was an American series I watched of a medium lady. I can't remember her name now.
Yes.
She would walk into a shop. She walked somewhere. She said, "No." I said, "Sorry, I have to." She can't stop herself.
Yes.
Do you find that it happens with you?
It happens with me, but I'm respectful. I will never, ever go into a store or go up to somebody and say, hey, I see this and I pick that. That's disrespectful. I will only connect with people that have approached me and want help, because you may not want the information that I'm giving you. You may not be ready for the information. How do I then handle that? By telling you something. For example, I pick up that, silly example, I pick up that, you're going to go through a divorce. You're not ready for that information. Now, do I just walk up and just give you that information? I'm not there to counsel you, right? But if a client approaches me, I have a relationship now with that client.
Yeah, so there's a lot of discretion you have to apply.
A lot of discretion.
Using the basis of respect, as you say. That's how you operate.
I operate with discretion, with respect. If a client makes an appointment, or if they connect via Metro FM that I work for, or any other platform, that is a person that's reaching out for help. That is a relationship that has been created. I can give you information, and I can hold your hand and counsel you through it, because I'm also a life coach.
Have you ever got it wrong? Or let me not say wrong, because it's as a medium,
yes,
you're getting a message. Have you ever misinterpreted a message? And it meant something, and then you thought it was meaning something else?
Thankfully not. Thankfully not. But I'm also very cautious. For example, if I see something that's coming through, I don't just hastily put the information out there. I need to process it as well. I need to understand it before, because if I'm hasty in giving you information, that's where I'm going to be wrong.
Okay.
Right. And I'm honest when I speak to clients. I will tell them, if you ask me a question and the information is not clear, I will tell you, I'm not getting a clear information or message on that matter.
How does one differentiate between a real medium and a fake medium? You said there are fake mediums and people who do certain things differently. You can't speak on behalf of everybody. I understand that. But if somebody asks you, but okay, you're one, so how would I know you're genuine?
when you are speaking to a medium or you're in that experience, if the person is asking you all the questions, if they are sussing out, you've had the experience with me, I was doing the talking. Often my clients don't get a chance to talk because I want to speak. I want to say everything because the information's coming through. If a person is asking you, what do you think? I'm seeing this, but what's your... They are now gauging your thoughts. They're getting information from you. Immediately you should say, hold on, are you really reading me or am I giving you all the information?
Yeah, no,
Right.
I remember walking into your space, and just as I was greeting you, you couldn't stop talking. I remember that. I thought, what is this? I don't even know if now she's talking to me. Okay, there you go. I understand. So that's a key one. That
For me, that's key.
That's very key. That the person who's a medium should be giving you the information, not looking for clues from you and then playing them back. Then you should be saying, "Oh, something is not right here."
Absolutely.
Okay.
In my experience, I find that some clients do try to test me. You know, for example, I had a client that lost his son and he wanted to know what is his son wearing. And I explained to him and he says, okay, now I know you're authentic because that's how my son dressed.
Seriously?
Yes.
Some people come and test you, huh?
They do. And that's okay.
But
I don't
you
have
can't
an issue.
blame them in
No,
today's world.
No, absolutely.
Because you've also been scammed. I mean, somebody pretended to be you.
Not once, 3 times. So we've had 3 individuals that have been impersonating me to a point where they've extorted over 10,000 rand from one of my listeners. So it's really sad that people do this.
How did you manage that situation? How do you get out of because I might not know a medium and suddenly this person says they're Taz Singh, then I pay them that 10,000
So
rand.
I didn't know this was going on. I'm not technologically savvy, so I don't keep up with all of this. One of the listeners then messaged me to say she found my number on Metro FM and she says, you said X, Y, and Z, and where is X, Y, and Z? And I said, what are you talking about? And she was going on and she was being upset. And I started getting upset as well. And I said, please, will you send me screenshots of the message because I don't know what you're talking about. And when she sent me the screenshots, I saw that it was a different number. I then immediately contacted the head of Metro FM to say, listen, we have a problem. We then had a meeting and established who the person was. There was a case open, bank accounts were frozen, and that's how we got the ball rolling. And with the second and third, it was again listeners that approached me to say, there's somebody pretending to be you.
And that has gone away now, and you managed to go through that. So because it's being a medium, it's not easy. It's a tough situation to be in because many people don't believe it.
You know what I find is tough is not about the belief, because I'm not here to change people's belief. I will work with people that respect me, that appreciate me, and are willing to work with me. I will give you 100% if you want to walk the journey with me. My problem is not the belief. My issue is that sometimes people don't want to make decisions on their own. I can give you the tools to improve your life, to empower. For example, you and I consulted, Connect Africa Moyane came up, and you went with it, and you are making it a success. But I cannot be walking this journey every single day with every single decision. And I feel that people sometimes forget that they have the power and their own intuition. Everybody's intuitive. Everybody's intuitive. You've got the power and your own intuition to take your life forward. When you lean on somebody, if you take me, for example, or anybody else, when you lean on them, you are empowering somebody else to control your life.
Okay. How popular, I don't know if that's the right word. I mean, you are so busy. Each time I look at your social media activity, you're hosting events and this group of people. You had a youth day one on June 16, a virtual connection with young people in South Africa. So, I mean, how is it becoming popular? Are you seeing more and more clients? Are they young and are they old? What's the demand like? Maybe that's the right word.
I wouldn't say that being a medium is popular. I would say that there is a lot of people that just want clarity, they want answers.
Are those numbers growing of those people who want clarity and answers?
There's always been the numbers. There's always been the numbers. The difference is I'm on different platforms that people understand who I am and are able to reach out to me. So I was busy. I'm just crazy busy now.
You're reaching out to more people, or more people are reaching out to you seeking answers?
Because of the platforms. So being on a station like Metro FM gives me the opportunity to reach out to the mass, people that didn't know I existed now know that Taz lives, and they are now reaching out. So even though I was busy in the past, it's now just got crazy busy. But I am doing a lot of free consultations on Instagram to try and reach out to people that just don't have affordability, that needs answers. I am doing workshops where I can work with people. So I am really trying to give back as much as possible.
And is that the business side? These different platforms that you're busy with.
There's
is that what you
business.
do as an entrepreneur?
There's business, and there's also me doing charity work. So I am now starting with the new season of On the Couch with Taz. It is going to be different. On the Couch with Taz season 3 is going to be about changing lives, restoring dignity. I will be working with terminally ill people, cancer patients, HIV, you name it, whatever people are suffering and finding themselves struggling with accepting death, struggling with that final stage of crossing over. That's where On the Couch with Taz is coming in.
And what platform is On the Couch with Taz?
So On the Couch with Taz is on Viva Nation TV. We are going to start recording season 3. I have decided that I want to do that season centered around restoring dignity and allowing people to pass with that peace of mind. The fact that I can do a crossing over, I can connect with your loved ones. For somebody that knows that I don't have time and they are fighting this end, I can help them to embrace the change and to allow themselves to actually go with that dignity.
I want to explore that a little bit when we continue, because you've mentioned there's the business side, there's a charity side. But what brings these two sides together is you as the medium.
Yes.
And that's your natural born gift.
Yes.
So when we continue our conversation here on #Connect Africa Moyane with Taz Singh, just want to get a little bit more into her business side of things, because she is a businesswoman, she is an entrepreneur, she appears on various forums, she's created a number of programs, and she's featured on radio stations like Metro FM, she's on Viva Nation TV online, and a new season of On the Couch with Taz coming up. So I just want to understand how she puts all of this together to make business sense.